At 4 today in Albany to protest the decision of a grand jury in New York City. It's one of many protests happening across the country after a grand jury decided not to indict an officer who put a man in a chokehold, a move that the medical examiner said contributed to his death. Sarah Dolph has the story from Staten Island, New York.
I can't breathe.
Throughout New York City, a new cry from protesters.
I can't breathe.
Eric Garner's last words as he was forced onto the ground by police for allegedly selling loose, untaxed cigarettes this past summer. The medical examiner ruled Garner's death a homicide, caused in part by what the report describes as a chokehold, a move banned by NYPD policy. Reaction to the grand jury's decision to not indict Officer Daniel Pantaleo came quickly. Staged at many of the city's major landmarks, including a die-in at Grand Central Station and a shutdown of major highways and bridges. New York's mayor canceled an appearance at the annual Rockefeller Center Christmas tree lighting to meet with Staten Island officials and clergy.
Our history, sadly, requires us to say that Black lives matter.
Officer Pantaleo released a statement reading in part, quote, "It was never my intention to harm anyone, and I feel very bad about the death of Mr. Garner," end quote. According to Garner's family, words far too little and too late.
He should be here celebrating Christmas and Thanksgiving and everything else with his children and his grandchildren. And he can't. Why? Because a cop did wrong. Somebody that get paid to do right did wrong, and he's not held accountable for it.
Now the case moves to the federal level, with U.S. Attorney General Eric Holder promising a new investigation into Garner's death. In Staten Island, Sarah Dolph, NBC News.
On the